Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about one of the darkest, creepiest, and most fascinating characters in the entire Poppy Playtime series, the prototype. Will his full body finally be revealed in Chapter 5? Maybe we might finally see his full body in Chapter 5, and we will talk about it in this video. We'll go through his story, talk about all his appearances and events connected with him. So far we've only seen his arm, and in another scene his legs, but never the rest of his body. In the second part of the video, I'll analyze an official clue released by the developers themselves, which I believe confirms his appearance in Chapter 5. A small detail, but that hides a huge revelation about the future of this chapter. So stay with me until the end, because today we're putting together every single piece of this puzzle. And I promise that after this video, you'll have a much clearer idea of who the prototype really is, and what we might expect in the next chapter. Oh, and as always, before we start, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of the next episodes and theories about Poppy Playtime. So get ready and let's see quickly all the moments where we saw the prototype so far. Now that we've introduced the main character of the mystery, it's time to go through all the moments the prototype has appeared in the series so far. Let's start with chapters 2 and 3. In those games, the prototype was shown only partially, but its impact was huge. In the finale of chapter 2 and chapter 3, we saw its hand and his robotic arm. Then we moved to chapter 4, where finally we got a bit more information about its body. In that story, we saw the shadow of prototype's legs. A partial view, but enough to understand how imposing and scary this character can be. His legs are big and similar to the legs of a robotic spider. There's also a clip from the Chapter 4 finale where the prototype talks on the phone with Poppy, where we discovered that Ollie was actually the prototype. But I didn't include it in this part of the video, just to not make it too long, and because I want to focus on the clearest visual clues left for us so far. And now we come to something really interesting, the first teaser trailer of Chapter 5. Here, for the first time in the series, we see a direct graphical reference to the prototype. The shadows of its legs on the wall. Not the full body, not the hand, just the legs moving in the corridor. This detail may seem small, but it is hugely significant. From the very first teaser, we can already understand a lot. If Mob Entertainment decided to include this detail of the prototype so clearly, it means that its role in the new chapter will be central. It really seems that the prototype will be at the center of the story and the dynamics of Chapter 5. And this observation alone could already be considered a first confirmation of its full appearance. But what I will show you next is even more important because it could be the definitive confirmation. The official clue that tells us without a doubt that finally, in Chapter 5, the prototype will reveal at least a significant part of its body and will take an active part in the game. So let's see this clue. Okay. Now we are entering a really interesting part, because I'm going to show you the detail that could definitively confirm that in Chapter 5 we will finally see the full body of the prototype. It comes directly from the official Steam page of Chapter 5. Yes, Right there where the developers decided to reveal some crucial information, which we can carefully analyze. First of all, the Steam page clearly states that Chapter 5 will be the last of the series. In the description we read the words, "Latest terrifying chapter." If this is really the last chapter, then everything that has not been revealed until now will have to emerge here, because there will be no other chances to complete the story. But that's not all. In the description we also find a very curious sentence. "Face off against the deadly puppet master behind the horrifying events of Playtime Co." This puppet master could be directly the prototype. If that's the case, then we are facing an incredible confirmation. In Chapter 5, we will confront the prototype in person, and it will no longer be a partial appearance or a mysterious shadow, but a real active antagonist with a central role in the story. And even just the fact that this is the last chapter is a very strong signal. Think about it. If Chapter 5 closes the series, then the prototype must be revealed in this episode, because there will be no other opportunities for the developers to show it completely. Everything that has remained hidden until today will finally find an explanation, a face, a full body. Of course, there is also an alternative possibility. If the Mob Entertainment decided to continue the series in other ways, such as with spin-offs or alternative series set in the same universe, then the full appearance of the prototype could be postponed to a future project. But considering the choices made so far, and the decision to call Chapter 5 the latest terrifying chapter, it is reasonable to think that this time there will be no incomplete surprises. The prototype will finally be shown in all its form. So, everything we have seen until now seems to lead to a single conclusion. Chapter 5 will be the moment of truth, the moment when we will finally know the prototype and its role in the entire story of Playtime Co. What can we really expect from Chapter 5? As we have seen in all the previous chapters, the prototype has always been the main antagonist of the series. Everything we have experienced so far, the mysterious events at Playtime Co., the hidden clues, the partial appearances, revolved around him. And our mission, together with Poppy, has always been clear. Defeat him, stop him, uncover his secrets, and reveal the truth behind the Playtime Co. nightmare. If all of this reflects in Chapter 5, then we can expect that the prototype will be the big antagonist once again. Not only will we see him appear more clearly and fully, but he will also be the core of the challenges, puzzles, and plot twists of the final chapter. The Mob Entertainment team has surely prepared something special, something that will make this finale unforgettable, with moments of tension, fear, and surprises no one expects. We can think an ending where we finally know the full truth about the prototype, his complete appearance, his behavior. For those who have followed the series from the beginning, this chapter could be the perfect closure. The moment when all the mysteries are finally revealed and all the fan theories get an answer. And now, friends, before saying goodbye, I want to thank you for watching this video until the end. It's thanks to you, your support, that we can continue exploring together every secret of Poppy Playtime and other games. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to not miss any of the next content, theories, and analyses on future chapters. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.